I can tell you for sure is this is how we are always been molded. That's how God has already molded we are and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they can. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. Josh William would never ever buy in to your tricks. Josh William would never ever buy in to your tricks. Josh William would never ever buy in to your tricks. Josh William would never ever buy in to your tricks. Josh William would never ever buy in to your tricks. Josh William would never ever buy in to your tricks. Josh William would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
On the 8th of May, 2026, the jury case Samuel Tweed and others versus the government of Liberia. This is the government of Liberia versus Samuel Tweed and all in the economic sabotage case, theft of property, money laundering, criminal conspiracy, criminal facilitation. The juror on the 8th of May returned a verdict of not guilty in favor of Samuel D. Tweed Jr. and Kopo. The juror also acquitted some of the defendants in the case on specific charges. Once the judge or the court had disbanded the jury, the court has no jurisdiction again over the jurors. That's one. Two, assuming without admitting that at the time the jury was returned and the jury verdict was returned and there was a reading of the verdict and no one had asked for them to be disbanded. They had not yet been disbanded. The court had not taken a decision. If there was a complaint by any of the jurors or any of the lawyers from the both sides to say we have issues with the verdict and that there is an allegation of jury misconduct or jury tampering, the judge will never disband the jury because this is a witch hunt. This is a witch hunt. We cannot change the laws because of Samuel Tweed. We can't do that. The country will stay. We will go. We need to be reminded by history. There were powerful people in this country. Some of us who were young, in age in the 80s, we saw people, men that we saw in this town. Certain time came, we saw them, that they were people who had never served government before. Government will come and government will go, but this is the law. We have gone to the Honorable the Supreme Court on the petition of writ of prohibition to prohibit the conduct of the judge. That does not mean we are discrediting the judge. No. First, we want to appreciate him, the manner and form he conducted the trial. This was a seriously, legally charged and intellectually engaging trial that he was able to manage it by the techniques and tactics of courtroom management to the extent that the case ended. To see the judge now, that we know with all of the caliber of lawyers that were before him, including a former Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, including a former judge of the ECOWAS Court, who was a lawyer before him, to conduct that trial in the manner and form for us to reach to the conclusion of that case. Again, hands up.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much
important. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Good day, it is. Good day. So we say good afternoon as per your time zone, your geography. I would say universally. Hi, hello. It's another day, great day, people. Welcome as always. Real Talk Kings 88.5, 21st day, May 2026. The reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Judah Christopher. Another day, another time with the issues of the issues. Liberia. I'm Sam Andrews. As always, Sam Andrews. Grateful we are to God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, the God who keeps watch over each and everybody. Good God, faithful God, never reneging on his promises to us, but fulfills every word that he altered in the fullness of his time and our benefit. We are grateful to thee, God Almighty. And also thank you for coming on. Great people you are. Very massive, very extraordinary. Just everything. Yes. It's time for everything. There's time for everything in life. So we are grateful. Mhm. Good people. It's another day. All right. So let's bring on few of you as quickly as we can. Yes, we've already gone 23 minutes. It's because we had to do a couple of things behind the scene. Setu Jabo, Johnsonville, Jean Matadi, District 10, Ruth Bodua Bime, Arizona, USA, Bohaman Liaman, District 15, J. Henry Na, Carfield, Habel, that's Fender Community, Carfield, Amanda Dober, Mangibi County, Royal Always Va, Jerita, GSA Rule, Jack Foley Tombikai, Broadville Bible College, Junction, Henry Tito, Upper Corwell, your residents, Boyman, Bene, Jamaica Road, Van Johnson, Bon County, Turuta, Cogway Weeder, Mangibi County, Saturday Woodaway, Atlanta, Georgia, USA, Archie McThomas Jr., Caldwell, Rock Crusher, Asari Kanen, Amara, Kamara, Salaye District. Okay, you are following from Brussels, as usual. Naomi Son, Logantown, Paris, Lover, New Jersey, USA. That's Boima Kiadi. Boima Kiadi. Hotel Africa, Virginia. Dubon Hill, Charlotte, North Carolina, USA. Rising Sun, Dallas, Texas. Emmanuel Brough, Minnesota, USA. Rita Christine Hitz, that's Massachusetts, USA. Matilda Stevens, USA. Slerion Blackpool, California. Yes, my dear sister Orita Sonny Wikwire. Hi there. Hope that you are faring well. Yes, I know that you are good. Emmanuel Bro. Good people. Jukonti Chie, Jumon Koli, all of you great people. The chairman, Roman Rico, Kenneth Ball, Latupan for short. The one and only chairman, the chairman for life. The common citizen chairman. Yes. All of you welcome. Thank you so very much for coming on. It's another day again in the Republic of Liberia that Unity Party try to claim as their property. So it's another day. Great people. Let's get out of Liberia briefly with a few developments, and then we focus on what is unfolding here in this great country of ours. Unity Party will not claim this place as their own. They will not terrorize the atmosphere. They will not intimidate anybody. Their dictatorial, tyrannic, despotic instinct will be resisted, and not will be, it is being resisted intellectually with every truth, with every ounce of our being, and they know that very well. the president himself is uncomfortable. Just 5 months after the Democratic Republic of Congo declared the end of its last Ebola outbreak, the virus has returned. It raises questions about African nations' ability to respond as aid funding from the United States declines. Liberia, take note. You're hearing it. It's getting serious by the day. Be there running after people to put them in jail. Why disaster is at your door? So painful, so pathetic. Nigeria's National Drug Law Enforcement Agency announced the discovery of the country's largest methamphetamine laboratory in Ogun State, southwestern Nigeria. A meth lab is an illegal facility used to produce the drug, a highly addictive synthetic stimulant. During coordinated raids on the forest hideout and 2 Lagos properties, agents detained 9 suspects, among them 3 Mexican nationals. The seizure included chemicals and crystal meth with an estimated street value of 363 million. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency officials warn that international cartels are increasingly exploiting rural Nigerian communities as production hubs for the highly addictive stimulant is rising by the day. If that drug hits Liberia, I hope it stays where it is, and if the authorities here not aware of it, where they need to start doing the research, it is one of the deadlier street drugs. You think Coach and the others life-threatening, or to say the Liberian way, can send people crazy in a twinkling of an eye. Try that. All right. So those are but few of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. Let's get to what we've got on our plate for today. Sadly, several media outlets are reporting the passing or death of former Representative Dusty Wolokoli. That's what most of the media institutions are reporting, that former Representative Dusty Wolokoli is dead. That's what they are reporting. Former Representative Dusty Lawrence Wolokoli. He served as Electoral District 5 representative from 2006 to 2012. And they are reporting, quoting family sources, as saying that he died this morning, though the cause of death is not being reported, but they are quoting family sources as saying his remains have been deposited at Samuel Stryker Funeral Home. And Dusty Wolokoli, if our information is right, was the father of Samora Wolokoli, former finance ministry official. I think he was responsible for debt management and expenditure in the CDC government. If that is true, our heart goes out to the bereaved family. I say, take heart. And God in heaven consults more than we can, even though he instructed us to console the living grieving when he said, comfort one another with these words. So let's get down to our first pointer. Well, it is evident, it is clear now. It is very clear. It is very clear. Apart from government lawyers and government politicians, lawyers outside Unity Party and the government, politicians outside Unity Party and the government, they are in one accord. Some of them initially were being philosophical, meaning they were looking at the issues from every angle. So they were putting their political reasoning to it, their legal reasoning, everything they could put reasonably. And they weren't on the same plane. Some saw it from the angle they saw it, some didn't see it from where their colleagues saw it. So everybody gave different perspectives, and that enhanced the discussion intellectually and democratically, apart from Unity Party atmosphere that they were fit, they had entered a covenant. And when you enter a covenant, when you take a vow, you have to fulfill. If you can fulfill that vow, and something going to happen, and you will avoid a spell. So you will do everything to fulfill that vow. So with the passage of time, they have come to realize, because apart from Unity Party, politicians, lawyers, and other people, these individuals are talking about with a mixed view. They had this thing in mind that the government wasn't witch hunting. The government was doing what is right. The government tried to clean the system of malfeasance and every other things and set a precedent. And they were looking at it also from the point that previous government didn't do what the Unity Party government is doing now, because they expected governments before Unity Party government to move with audit, to ensure check and balances, accountability, and a lot more, that people will account for their past stewardship so that it set the basis or the space for the future government. That's how they saw it too, and they were right in their opinion as nationalists and patriots, citizens. Not until they've reached a conclusion, given what they have seen and they continue to see lately, that it is not what they had in mind. It is not what they were portraying. They were looking at it from a nationalistic standpoint, but Unity Party had an ulterior motive. So all of them now, they are in one accord that the government of Joseph Yeman Boakai is truly witch hunting, and they're just pretending that they are cleaning the mess. After the acquittal, less than 2-3 hours, they spoke with their surrogate Arab boss, Clarmonti, and say, check your file, bring Sonny on Samuel Twe. Clarmonti, working at the whims and caprices of the executive, because he's being supported by the executive, he has no option but to work according to the instruction of Mr. President. So he came out and said, Mr. President, we have this race issue, 20.5 million. And Mr. President said, you invite that man as quickly as possible. Let's find a way to get that man in jail. Let me say this. Listen, there are only two persons beating Joseph Yeman Boakai and his government. Only two persons, Samuel Twe and Councillor Arthur Johnson. Only 2 persons. Can you imagine? Politically, one name beating the entire Unity Party government. Legally, one name beating the entire Unity Party government. Put it together, 2 names. So the warfare, the political warfare, imagine, this is unprecedented in the history of the world. I don't know whether we've witnessed this or the world witnessed such before us. That 2 names will face a whole institution. You know what I mean? You know what a government is? The government is fortified everywhere. Two names, bringing the government down, subduing the government, neutralizing the government, bringing the pettiness, allowing the government to stoop so low, nakeding the government, broad day. 2 names. So they thought that Samuel Tuer was going to be afraid. Today they went there and look at the petty stuff. Look at, you can tell that Clemente, let me say this because I know the history. We don't sit here and second guess. I've known Clemente for a very long time. Clemente has never been successful in anything his legal life. If he has been successful with anything, is leaving the law school, building a house, going to courtroom, and XYZ. But in terms of winning case like this, George Weah gave the man the responsibility the man feared. Can you imagine? The man he prosecuting, because he prosecuting Weah. He said Finabono stole. He said the first lady took on to herself money that was not hers legally as first lady, all those things. So that Weah he prosecuting. The Weah that appointed him, that the Weah he prosecuting. The man, Weah gave him a job and said, my man, you say you know the job here. No problem. And here you are. The man wasn't successful. Then that Bwaka you will be successful with? I beg you. But man, sorry to say, no disrespect, but all of these guys are jokers. These guys are jokers. Sorry to say again, but we'll always say because we see the signs. In journalism, we discuss the signs and put it together that what they call analysis, the indicators. The same thing nationally for every sphere of life, every discipline, every issue. You analyze. You cannot reach a conclusion when there is no variable or there are no variables. So when we say President Bwaka is just a puppet president, it's not to say we're being disrespectful and we're demeaning him, but we are referencing the signs. The signs around. The guys see him as somebody that they can toss to and fro because of his vindictive nature, his grudge-carrying instinct against people that he just don't like, and because he's president. When people know your weakness, they use you as a weapon against those people they want to go to. Before you can realize it, that's why many people can say, oh, if I had known, oh, if I know. They call the people, they thought the people are going to be afraid. They called the people to answer. They went there on time. And guess what? The people went, they just said, my man, you're sitting in a place here. We coming. Nothing good they had to tell Samuel Tuer and his lawyer today. They had no question. They just gallivanting all over the place. They go on the side, you go on the side. You can't even see the chairman, Clark Martin, to do this. What you call the people for, you can't say. Nobody can say in Arab office. You know why the atmosphere was a Mickey Mouse one? Because there is no evidence. Bwaka is still pushing these people to the wall to find something at all costs to put this man in jail. Because this man worked in the government of George Weah, and Joseph Yeman Bwaka is bitterly, grossly, satanically against George Weah. Everywhere they try, no way. They carry the man. The man said, okay, no problem, we'll go in. Me and my legal team. He was escorted to the headquarters by Arthur Johnson. Nothing they had to tell the people. No organization, nobody paying attention to them. They said the problem said that in conference room. You called somebody for such a huge hearing. Then you're not prepared. You're just floating from one end to another. You can't say anything. Nobody can say anything to the place. Look at such an irresponsible life. The people who claim to be highly educated. How can you invite somebody to your house, then you leave the house? You can't say anything. The people that they can't say anything. Even when you are around, you're just moving from one end to another until the people say, let's leave. Let me hear, not giving us attention. That's what happened. Listen to Councillor Arthur Johnson.
The chairman knows very well that he sent for all. We have written out at a particular time we should come. And while on our way, we have reached here to take out the poor somewhere in there to communicate the poor in a safety room or voting room. Right in the cap of the city. Orderly in the professional investigation will be calling the party, be calling the former official, calling you must give deference and respect to them. You know, I got to say you are not prepared for all and you want to call it all. And so I know it is an attempt to get demoralized the former finance minister, keeping us like the waiting the wrong way or waiting with, and when you're ready to fight. They are going back. If the chairman is ready this time, he will write on a deal, and when he does that, this time we come again, he does the same thing, and they are not, in fact, taking on to the investigation of the also talk to the we go back again. That's what we have.
Nothing to tell the people. They weren't saying anything. You invited formally. The people responded formally in accordance with the laws of the Republic and the framework of the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force. They went there. Then nobody, according to Arthur Johnson, they told them to sit down in conference room. The chairman, Edwin Clark Martin, can show up. The deputy didn't show up. All of the top officials, nobody show up. When they just see people moving around. When they say, oh, Councillor, hello. Councillor Johnson, hi. Oh, hi, Mr. Twe. That all. They sat down in a place and said, but what's this? What's happening? Why Clark Martin can't come to say, my man, okay, the hearing is set for 2 o'clock. Sorry for the delay. Please be here at 2. We had this stuff, so we had to attend to it, given the urgency of it. Nothing of such. Nobody told them anything. So Arthur Johnson and Samuel Twe walk out of the place. Have a listen again.
The chairman knows very well that he sent for all. We have written out at a particular time we should come. And while on our way, we have reached here to take out the poor somewhere in there to communicate the poor in a safety room or voting room. Right in the cap of the city. Orderly in the professional investigation will be calling the party, be calling the former official, calling you must give deference and respect to them. You know, I got to say you are not prepared for all and you want to call it all. And so I know it is an attempt to get demoralized the former finance minister, keeping us like the waiting the wrong way or waiting with, and when you're ready to fight. They are going back. If the chairman is ready this time, he will write on a deal, and when he does that, this time we come again, he does the same thing, and they are not, in fact, taking on to the investigation of the also talk to the we go back again. That's what we have.
So after the blunder, then they came with quote unquote clarification. Have a listen carefully. The Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force, which is to inform the public that former Finance and Development Planning Minister Honorable Samuel D. Twe Jr. appeared at the headquarters of the task force on Thursday, May 21st, 2026, in response to an invitation connected to an ongoing investigation into the alleged misapplication of approximately 20.5 million in rice subsidy funds implemented between September 2021 and October 2022. The investigation relates to allegations of theft of property, economic sabotage, misapplication of funds, criminal conspiracy, and criminal felicitation connected to the payments reportedly made by the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Commerce and Industry and the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning for the reduction of the price of rice on the Liberian market. Honorable Twe appearance followed an earlier communication from his legal counsel requesting the rescheduling of his initial appearance before the task force. In keeping with due process and institutional cooperation, the task force accommodated the request and subsequently scheduled the new appearance date. Upon arrival at AREP headquarters today, Councillor representing Honorable Twe later informed the chairman of the task force that they were departing the premises over concerns relating to the procedural arrangements upon their arrival at the compound. AREP wishes to clarify that the institution maintains established procedures and administrative protocols that apply equally to all individuals invited to appear before the task force, irrespective of status or position. These procedures are intended to ensure order, professionalism, fairness, and due process throughout the conduct of the investigation. The task force emphasizes that its invitation process is not confrontational in nature, but forms part of lawful investigative procedures intended to provide individuals the opportunity to respond to matters under review. Consistent with due process and the standing procedures of the institution, AREP will issue a subsequent invitation to Honorable Twe to continue the investigative process. The task force remains committed to conducting all investigations professionally, lawfully, and in accordance with Executive Order 161 and the laws of the Republic of Liberia. AREP further assures the public that all persons connected to ongoing investigations will be treated fairly and accorded full due process under the law. So here is it. What have they said? They confirm this organization. In their so-called clarification, they confirm the disorganization, the mechanical nature, the unruly conduct exhibited. They confirm everything that Arthur Johnson said. They did not deny, and they stopped short of saying, we're sorry. The reason they stopped short because they want to portray like they are guilty, and they are guilty. They said nothing. They said, AREP wishes to clarify that the institution maintains. No, it shall be AREP accepts. AREP accepts what happened today. It was due to this, that, and that. We take full responsibility and will reschedule the hearing. But you cannot justify that which is not justifiable. You cannot give clarification to that which has no substance for clarification. This is a complete blunder and a mess. You can do that. You invited the people. Your Unity Party people spread all over to are going to AREP today. Let's see whether he will be free. He's going to be hope. Your Unity Party people, they flooded social media and radio stations and every other place. Samuel Twe went there along with his lawyer. Then you refuse to show up. Somebody of a lower level disrespectfully told the people to sit down in a conference room. Nobody showing up. The chairman himself can't show up. No one knows what he was doing. Nobody could tell Councillor Arthur Johnson what the lawyer was, what the chairman Clamartin was doing, that he could not attend to them, or that the protocol person will lay out, because that is the essence. When people arrive there, the protocol person or protocol department takes full. They have the responsibility. They know where to usher the people. They know what to say to them. They know, and when the chairman will become everything, it will be in an orderly manner. But nobody, according to Arthur Johnson, nobody was saying anything to them. They were just sitting in a place, just like they're in a strange land, and waiting for a tour guide. So the man said, no, but this is irresponsible. It's irresponsible. We can't continue sitting here. Nobody speaking to us. Nobody saying anything. We don't know. We came for hearing as per the invitation extended me extending my client, and I escorted my client. So what's the essence of setting your photo? That's why they walk out of the place. Dull and petty, tiny Unity Party people, then they were again. Samuel Twene, yeah, they walk out of the place. The same thing we're talking. The people that CDC behavior, they just rule. Most of you Unity Party people, sorry to say, most of you people are dull. The reason I'm saying it this way, because the people see you people as people that can reason. You're quick to jump to conclusion. So they're using you as surrogates. How can this man, who claimed to be highly educated and procedural? Hey man, what a man clips. I was listening to some of the clips and when he was in We Are Government. But I will get it. Nothing. Arthur Johnson, I beg you, please, a leading counselor in Liberia. The man value, the man moral value, his monetary value has quadrupled. Arthur Johnson.
The chairman knows very well that he sent for us. We have sent the fact waiting on a particular time we should come. And while on our way, we have reached out to take us before somewhere in there to communicate us before in a sitting room or meeting room. Right in the top of the room. All the way in the protection investigation, we're reporting the party, reporting the former official, because we must give deference and respect to them. You know, I got to say, you are not prepared for all, and you want to tell you what. And so I know it is an attempt to get demoralized the former finance minister, keeping us like we're whipping the raw way or whipping wood, and when we're ready to fight. They are going back. If the chairman is ready this time, we will write all again, and when he does that, this time we come again, he does the same thing, and they are not good, and when we're ready to fight. They are going back. If the chairman is ready this time, we will write all again, and when he does that, this time we come again, he does the same thing, and they are not, in fact, getting on to the investigation with the also talk to the we go back again. That's what we have.
Exactly. The next time they will walk out. According to Arthur Johnson, every time they did it, every time they demonstrate such unruly behavior, they will walk out. Nothing there. Nothing. They can't hold Samuel Twe on this one again. They can't hold Samuel Twe. Samuel Twe kept Bwaka pressure up. They try medicating him to calm down small psychologically. Then came and they say, you go, Arab. You call Clark Martin. Let me speak to Clark Martin. They put Clark Martin on the line. He said, my man, you have to do something. You are our last hope to get Samuel Twe in jail. Look for something. Clark Martin has nothing. Arab can hold. They can hold the former finance minister. No, Bwaka missed out on the one again. Bwaka needs to sit down and really think and organize his thought going forward. The man went at AfroSci event and said, corruption this, corruption that, they're doing that. Then he said he was praising the Auditor General. He said the reason the Auditor General doing well, because the Auditor General, Gaswa Jackson, is an arson offense. He didn't know that Gaswa Jackson was an arson offense. Presume. He won't crack Joe. He didn't even know how to crack Joe because he more traditional Mr. Parable. Samuel Twe, when Bwaka goes to bed, I swear, Bwaka been dreaming about Samuel Twe. The name Samuel Twe have been in Bwaka dream. If you ain't careful, one day Bwaka will wake up, you fall down with the name Samuel Twe. You're take care of Bwaka, you're trying to leave Samuel Twe. Because in life, when you focus on one person, God can move from behind you. God can move from behind you. Nothing, absolutely nothing Arab can hold Samuel 12 for. Nothing. Samuel 12 will walk free again. Free. Boaka will be on Samuel 12 one day, yeah, Boaka fall down. Because I show when he goes to bed, Samuel 12, when he's sleeping, he'll be sucking the knee. Samuel 12, you'll get that man in jail. Yeah, man. Because Clamant didn't get nothing. It was intentional. It was deliberate. The situation was, we invited Tue. He's coming with his lawyer. Not just any kind of lawyer, but seasoned lawyer. What do we do? What do we have? Do we have anything substantial? What we have before us, that just procedural stuff, and Samuel Tue can be hooked. Nothing, because his responsibility was to approve. His responsibility wasn't to go and ensure how this entity spend the money, how the entity did not spend the money, or such entity should come and give account to him. No. Edwin Clamant, as a lawyer, he knows the economic laws of this country. He knows that Samuel Tue is not in error, but he is under pressure from Joseph Yeman Boakai. Clamant knows that very well. If you look at Clamant, you can see the embarrassment in the man's countenance. You can see that the man has had on several occasions second thought of why he accepted the job, because Boakai has put him in a serious position. He's not independent. He's not independent. Everything about Joseph Yeman Boakai, about this corruption thing, is a vision, a targeted group. Look at Clementine countenance when he's talking. You see, you can see that embarrassment in him. You can see that guilt. Who told you that Clementine does not know? Clementine is a lawyer, but he did economics. He did accounting. He knows how those things work. He knows that Samuel Tue is not responsible for that. He himself knows. He himself knows that. The entity gives account of how they expended whatever fund they received. So you cannot hold the finance minister as the person who disburses the money. The same finance minister should go to ensure how people use the money. The same finance minister come back to tell how the money was used. You see how United Party people too dull, and they put that thing in front of Joseph Boakai, and he bought into it, and he called himself an educated man, a man with government experience. How Boakai will not know that Tue is not responsible? Tue was not the person responsible to go and give people money. Then he check how the people using the money. The people gave account to him. Then he should give account. Look at Unity Party people. Sometimes you wonder, how the people went to school? What kind of school they went to? How they actually took, what they actually took in. But again, sorry to say, not really debasing the education. I can't do that. But Keith, you can tell that the people see the puppet in the president. So they're taking advantage of it. No disrespect to President Boakai. Yesterday, his people were saying, and he was enjoying it, when they were saying George Weah could not comprehend well. George Weah was not using his independent thought. His advisors would come and just tell him anything, and whatever his advisors told him, that what George Weah one way. George Weah was not independent of thought. We heard all of those things. We recorded those things. We have them. We know. And nobody messes a president up than his advisor. So can we say the same, that President Boakai is not independent of thought? No, he is. But he shows signs to them that he is grudge-driven, that he wants to, and he's getting at certain people. And because those people too, they want to pick boom with those people Boakai getting at, they say, okay, good. Since he's the president, he's getting at those people, and we too wanted to get at them, so we're using because he has the final say. That's what they're doing to him. That's what they're doing to Boakai. Nothing, absolutely. They have on tour. They can never, ever hold tour for anything. Clemente knows that very well. Clemente is a highly educated, one of the best brains this country can boast of in Edwin Clemente. He knows that very well. If you sit with Councillor Edwin Clemente in confidence, he will tell you, my man, we anything. My man, you lead that thing. You know that's the government now. We already inside. Who told you Clemente don't know? Clemente is highly educated, one of the best that have been around in the legal and political fields of this country. Despite our criticism of how he handled certain situations, which is normal, as they will criticize us too as media people, as talk show hosts, as journalists, which they're entitled to. But Edwin Martin is one of the best Liberia has in this country, one of the best political and legal brains. But sometimes you give into certain things and thinking that it's going to be good, that you're going to be independent in your work, only to realize when you accept PAM. I'm sure Edwin Clemente saw the position as one that he will be national, he will be free, that he will not be armed twisted, that he will do his work unhindered. But it reached the point that he has to, and he has become a member of the court. He has drunk the political blood. So there's no turning back now. Once you drink that blood of the covenant, it's no turning back. So he can turn. But he can look in the face of Joseph Yimabwaga and say, we have nothing against Samuel Twe. We can hold Samuel Twe. Because as a covenant brother, you will have to do everything you can. Oh man, I like Arthur Johnson. The name Arthur. Arthur. I see why the British people love the name Arthur. They are clever, brave people. Let's listen to the bell again.
The chairman knows very well that he sent for all. We have identified written on a particular time we should come. And while on our way, we have reached out to take out before somewhere in there to communicate before the station room or voting. Right in the camp of the city, orderly in the professional investigation, will be calling the party, be calling the former official, calling people, give deference and respect to them. You know, I got to say, you are not prepared for all, and you want to call it all. And so I know it is an attempt to get demoralized before finance minister, keeping us like we're waiting the wrong way or waiting way, and when you're ready to. But they are going back. If the chairman is ready this time, he will write all again, and when he does that, this time we come again, he does the same thing, and they are not, in fact, taking on to the investigation of the us to talk to the we go back again. That's what we have.
That's it. If they aren't ready, they'll go back. Then the man, they lie in their statement. What are you clarifying? Well, you know what clarification is? There's certain situation you accept. You just accept that you blunder. Take responsibility. Take responsibility. The man went at your invitation. They went at your invitation, rather, and they got there in time and on time. So that you will not capitalize on it that the people arrived late. That's the reason we could not hold the hearing. So Arthur Johnson and his client were there 45 minutes before. Sufficient time. The man said they were sitting in a conference room. Just sitting. They went ahead. All of them ran away. Nothing. Your tell Boaka, I say Boaka the 1 year. Let Lee Samuel Twe. We can't make it. The National Elections Commission chairman Unity Party, Jeniton Widow. Confirmation hearing has been sent to next week. His confirmation hearing has been sent to next week. It was set for today, the 21st, but it has been sent to next week. No reason or reasons were given for that. What the Senate said is this, in few words. Next chairperson confirmation hearing postponed to next week. The public is in suspense, is in doubt. Why? Well, I can preempt, but I wouldn't want to do that because my preemption probably may not be around that perimeter. So we leave it as it is. But we do know that there is something happening behind the scene. You got today, Thursday, and you got tomorrow, Friday. So let's take it at Friday, the rest. But when they were on majority and minority blood, no resting Friday, or no resting Thursday throughout the week. Not the Senate now. So let's leave it as that. Let's see. But what we said yesterday, hold on to that. Jonathan Widow, there will be nothing critical. Jonathan Widow will be confirmed. That is a foregone conclusion. They will hold nothing back. They will attempt not to see themselves, or so that Joe Walker will see them as the senators that are against his nominee. So they will get him through. It's level of the opposition now, and the man himself, how he conducts himself. Assume he's confirmed. Assume he's confirmed. The responsibility will now rest on him to erase the doubt of the opposition community and that of the international community by conducting a free, fair, transparent, and credible elections. From the moment he will be confirmed, the pressure by expectation rests on his shoulders. Not only that, if Jonathan Widow is confirmed, he will be between the rock and the hard place. He will face a dilemma, or he will be in the state of dilemma. A state of dilemma is not what you have literally. It's what I have, not your definition, literally, which what you have is right, but what I have. And here is it. He will be in the middle between Unity Party and the rest of the world. He will be under pressure from Unity Party because he was appointed or nominated by Unity Party political leader Joseph Yoma Boakai, who is the president of Liberia, that he will won 2029 at all costs. So that will be weighing on him. He will attempt to do everything to please Joseph Yeman Boaka and Unity Party people. When Unity Party people, when you hear Unity Party people say they will be in power for 200 years, George Weah will never come back to power, which is illusion that Jonathan Widow they depending on. Listen, people don't brag and boast because they have the breath to say it. They say it based on what they have in their back. They're not telling you that they wouldn't go to, only them are going to vote. No, they are telling you that everybody will go to vote, but on the other side, the man called George Weah and the rest of the opposition political parties, they are strong. They are strong. For us, we're standing on our own. We're depending on our money. We're depending on our power, which they are not full guarantee. That side, that other weight on him. The other side of the dilemma, the opposition community, led by the leading opposition party in Liberia, the Congress of Democratic Change, the international community, the neutralists, everybody will be looking at him to prove whether he is a partisan or not a partisan, whether what came out that he ran consultancy at the National Elections Commission and he was not a partisan, he did not show any partisan instinct, or that truly he is a partisan and will do everything to give it to Unity Party, as we saw him make a pronouncement that Unity Party won this, Unity Party won XYZ seat. That's the dilemma there. He finds himself in the middle. Within that bracket, within that dilemma bracket, Jonathan Widow will have in his power, meaning his will, to decide this country going into conflict or this country remaining peaceful. There are two fluid elements on earth that you don't play with: electioneering politics and religion. Those two elements, very fluid. That is why all over the world, look at it, people are cautious. They give the pieces of advice they can give. They caution people. They come to conduct workshops, sensitization, outreach, and all those things. All of the elections that were conducted in this country, we saw skirmishes of violence of all levels. We saw the police working overtime. At one point in time, the country was calling that the military come out. We saw deaths. We saw people taken to hospitals. We saw police arresting people. Ellen government, George Weah government, governments before those two governments. Where did that come from? The National Elections Commission. So Jonathan Widow is in that dilemma, that state of dilemma. There where he is. He's in the middle. There's the pressure, the expectation from Unity Party to give them the elections. There is the watch of the opposition, the international community, and the neutralists to see neutral conduct that will not plunge the country into conflict, that will not lead to deaths, injuries, jailings of people. So it is not the excitement that Unity Party people have. It is on the man himself. It is on the man himself. So next week, they confirm you. They confirm you. They delay. They not delay. Oh, Unity Party. Yeah. Feeling for Janitor Widow. He can do anything funny. He can. But that's the position he is in. It's hard for him. He's between the rock and the hard place. He will have to. He will have to. All right. So let's go to July 17. But before July 17, a reminder.
The chairman knows very well that he sent for all. We have sent the fact written on at a particular time we should come. While on our way, we have reached here to take us before somewhere in there to communicate before station room or voting room. Right in the capital, all the way in the professional investigation, we'll be following the party, be following the former official, we must give deference and respect to them. You know, I got to say, you are not prepared for all, and you want to follow us. And so I know it is an attempt to get demoralized before finance minister, keeping us that be waiting the wrong way or waiting with, and when you're ready to fight. They are going back. If the chairman is ready this time, he will write all again, and when he does that, this time we come again, he does the same thing, and they are not, in fact, taking us to the investigation with us, talk to the we go back again. That's what we have.
You've got July 17. July 17. Again, this is another litmus test for the Unity Party government. No doubt about it, they were disgruntled, they were destructive, they were defiant, they were rude in opposition. They insisted that protesting, assembling was constitutional, was fundamental rights, that the CDC government, under no condition, could infringe or stifle, resist, or prevent. Even when the government said, seek permit, they said no. They quoted the Constitution. The CDC government conceded because that is the law. A government that brags of the law is the law is an expression for ensuring that the law takes precedence. In this case, the Constitution provides for freedom of assembly. The Constitution provides for protest. The Constitution provides for free speech. The Constitution provides for freedom of assembly. The Constitution provides for free press. The Constitution provides just everything. But there is a condition there, which the framers of the Constitution was very clever, wisdom-driven. They said, provided it does not infringe on the right of another. Peaceful assembly. July 17, lead or leave protest is out again. July 17. This is a civil society stuff. I cannot tell you that the opposition should be a part of it. They have their own way of looking at it. But if you were asked my personal opinion, I would opinionate this way, that they get involved. Because the same issues they are confronted with, the same issues they are lambasting the government of, that's the same issue. These are issues these organizations are raising. And no better time to do it than now. You can do it 2027, 2028. You will not have the time. There is no better time to keep the government feet to the fire. There is no better time to get Bwaka thinking right and acting right than now. What are you waiting for? What are the opposition parties waiting for? Despite the Facebook podcasts and other mediums by which they are using to reach out, you still need to go beyond that. We're not saying that you should cause chaos as they did. But the issues that you got problem with, the same issues these civil society organizations are raising. And it's always good in opposition to work in concert, to work together. The international community has given, by my observation, of the reports that came out, last chance by observation. They know that the government has been intolerant. They saw police brutality under Joseph Yeman Boakai. They know that the atmosphere isn't democratic as they portray it when they were campaigning, and a lot more. The United States government made us to know that the government is not effective, meaning there's disorganization. All of us saw the latest MCC report card. They didn't miss their words when they say that the government did fail in the rule of law. That expression, meaning every aspect of the rule of law sector, the government blunder. That included free speech, freedom of expression, freedom to assemble, and on we can go. So the government filled every area. So the international community the government filled every area of the rule of law. So it's another test for them. It's another test. July 17th, it's another test. That is why if you are uncomfortable, then you can join July 17th campaign. If you are comfortable, then you can sit and don't complain. It is not a wrong thing to assemble. It is not a violation. It is not a crime. It is not a sin. It is provided for, one, naturally. It is supernatural. It is divine. It is national, meaning as citizens, the Constitution provides for that, and no one can take such right. Almost all of the fearless human rights institutions and human rights advocates have condemned the government intolerant nature of freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, freedom of association, and a lot more. The Press Union of Liberia was emphatic that freedom of expression, freedom of association, press freedom under the Joseph Boakai government has been stifled. The international community has documented and they're about to release a damning report again on Joseph Yema Boaka police. They are about, we're telling you again when we're talking about the report. You turning Unity Party people. We're saying, oh, in Kings Haven, the opposition station. Oh, the Joey station. Yeah, we are opposition. We have an identity, but we are citizens of the country. We follow the issues. For you, the issue is not important because you are citizens, but you don't see yourself as citizens to grow. We as citizens, we are citizens grown by the information because we know the importance of it and we stay growing by it and we are fully engaged and fully involved. So when we're talking, we talk nothing but the truth. You brace yourselves for another damning report. The international community, this is the last chance of Joseph Yema Boaka and his police, Unity Party Police Director, Gregory Coleman. July 17 is another litmus test. You go put your Wharton, your MOA, your BZT all around the place. The next report that the government will release on you when you get $5 from that MCC, you must never call me Sam Andrews. You must never, anywhere you see me say you can lie. Just say, oh, Lala Radio Man. When you put your MOA, your armor carrier, your war tanks, your army men from the other country that you can see their faces, your brandish weapons over, y'all go do all of them when you get $5 from MCC. They already warn you. They won't get you their money. They won't get you their money. They made it clear you fail in the rule of law. When someone in America tell you that thing, stay, you're United Party, you ain't get sense. They telling you we won't get you the money. The main thing, one of the main things that can cause the money to go, the rule of law. America say you fail, you get F. The rule of law. America say, but you, Joseph Yema Boaka, you were here. You supported protest. You supported assembly. You supported all of those things. You were involved with the June 7 protest. You were involved with the We Are Step Down campaign. You were this, you were that, you were involved. All of those things are opposition vice president. Retired. Opposition vice president. You are fully involved. Your men were moving from one radio station to another. Your people would tell people to set up roadblocks. They would say this, they would tell people to do that. The place was chaotic. Still, George Weah handled it. George Weah did not deny anybody their fundamental right. George Weah did not tell people, say, this is the Capitol building, the official seat of the legislature. Nobody will pass there. The executive mansion, nobody will pass there. Your people did all of those things. Why in your government now, you can't accept, you're not tolerant? That's the main thing that led America to say in that MCC compact. That main thing there. Let me tell you, they told UP government, you think we stupid? You're sitting down there, you're not tolerant. The government is dysfunctional. Then we should take our money and get to you. When people say something, you go after them. Yeah. Look, sorry to say, man. Sorry to say, I don't like to be using this expression as a caricature of our president. But when you look at how the president too can conduct himself, he allowing these people around him called advisors. Amen. How did Boaka take that thing? That MCC report? Did Boaka see that line fill in the rule of law? After bragging, boasting, going all over, then one of the main pillars of the arrest agenda, the rule of law. Then America say your government is dysfunctional. You fail in the rule of law. How did Boaka feel? Then you think America get America simply telling Boaka, no, all these things we're saying from your police director, all the thing that this thing, they are undemocratic. We can't tell our money we get to you. Because when we get our money to you, you will not go and start beating on the people, the more putting more outside. You end up calling the military to come outside and hiding the atmosphere. No reason why. Because listen, the people, all these things the people observe. The people know that free speech is not tolerant, it's not fine on a Boaka. Listen, the people heard Edwin Snow. They heard Amara Conan. They saw what you did to Prophet Kida. Today he's still in jail, the Chief Justice. Installed himself as Imperial Chief Justice with Nebuchadnezzar instinct, sent him to jail for 6 months. He stayed there. Infringement on the man's right. People are afraid. Lawyers are afraid to come up because they feel that Unity Party government will turn to them. Yeke, you're flush Yeke out of the government. And several, these are stakeholders. These are stakeholders. These are names that resonate well within the international community. Amara Conan, Edwin Snow. Look at the people, look at the names. Look at the names that you're threatening. You're pushed out. Well, listen, let me say this, just that you don't know. May I know? When you are involved, you can second guess. I know, if not the main reason, it is one of the reasons why they don't like Amara Conan. They use Amara Conan as a surrogate. Either way, Amara Conan was senator before he even declared his intention. Amara Conan didn't need Unity Party to become senator of Gbapolu County. Amara Conan was already senator before the first ballot was cast. Meaning, the people saw him as the ideal person. Unity Party did not do anything extra for Amara Conan. But because Conan then too, he went on Weir's side. When he came, he was between Weir and Unity Party. He was between CDC and Unity Party, between CDC. He was suffering from indecision too. And I can understand why Amara Conan was suffering from indecision. People, you're getting involved. Yo, look, listen, national politics is sweet. We know it has its terrible side too. People go after you, people threaten you, and all the kind of thing. And yes, all of those come with such facing the public. But there is the sweet side of it when you can gather the information, when you can be fully involved, when you can give curious ears, when you can disguise yourself and get in the mix. Before the Unity Party government, left Boaka as vice president, Ellen as president. Then came Boaka's desire to become president. That period that is shifted to former President George Weah. Normally, an outgoing president would choose who to throw his or her weight behind. It can be the sitting vice president who will eventually become a president, or it can be someone within that rank, or it can be someone from the opposition. That is left with the president. There is no law. It is not in our constitution either that when the president is leaving, the president must affirm and confirm and bless and install the vice president. Except it depends on the situation and the place, the country. So Ellen opted to throw her political weight behind George Weah. She saw George Weah as the ideal person. Humble, respectful, and a lot more. Above all, the vision. Bwaga got vexed. Amara Conan was one of the babies of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, one of the loved children of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Amara Conan, as finance minister, was one of those, if he's not the only person, was determining who becomes what, who goes to what. He will look at you and say, you will be the deputy finance minister for expenditure. And in less than no time, Ellen would send your letter. So, like Akaras Gray said of McGill then, when he was in the legislature, to use his expression, that's good expression, I like that figuratively. He said, McGill then, they had the ear of President Weah, meaning the proximity. They could see the president at will, they could discuss with the president, they could influence some decision, they could make recommendations, and they could suggest. So Amara Conan had the ear of former President Sirleaf. Fast forward, when Ellen was leaving and Bwaga wanted to take over, in that bracket, there was a friction. Amara Conan sided with Ellen against Bwaga. One of the expressions that Amara Conan used was that Bwaga is an ungiving person. He equated Bwaga to the devil. Yes, you're asking, he has it. Bwaga, they used to know Joey can feed on God, say Joey is okay. But the main person in our culture that can't forget, and you can't forget that Bwaga. So they use Amara Conan. With their war room, Amara Conan, quote unquote, help them. Now, Amara Conan, they say, oh, my man, listen, we know you, you're not too sure, we're not too sure of you. And so you've been making speeches lately, you've been critical of our government, you've been saying this, you've been saying that. So you have to stay put. Fast forward, then they should see Amara Conan at President Weah's reburial ceremony of his father. It made it worse. They say, oh, truly, this man. So what am I saying? Had Amara Conan come to former President George Weah, he would have been senator today as he is senator. It wasn't Unity Party. No. Except Isaac Andrews didn't follow all those events. If Amara Conan had come to George Weah, he would have been senator. And at 9 years, Bwaga will be going, Amara Conan will be sitting. Amara Conan does not have anything to lose. He doesn't. So Amara Conan on the international scene, Amara Conan is influential. Amara Conan is a voice. What I'm telling you, Unity Party people getting at these guys, and they think nothing wrong with it. The thing is not going to have an effect on them. No. So with July 7 protests coming, it's going to be another. They ill-treated these people, from Amara Conan to Edwin Snow to the rest of the people. These are influential people on the international scene. People trust the international community, trust their words. They believe them. That if they say Liberia honor Joseph Yema Bwaga is this, is that, the people believe it. Who told you that only Unity Party people, they believe when Joseph Bwaga goes out and say the country is democratic? Who told you? The people listen to him because he's the president. They can't disagree with him right there. But they already know the interview he had with France 24. Who told you that the people did not know that he was lying along the way because they are aware of events unfolding in the country? They are aware. So this is what I tried to share with you and encouraging you to be a part. June 17, another. This is another test for the Unity Party government. This is another test. July 17, the Liberia Protest Coalition. That's how they are called. Liberia Protest Coalition. I like the name. Liberia Protest Coalition. Mingele NJ H2OLE. If that is a word. That word. Mhm. Liberia Protest Coalition. They have announced the formation of 3 critical structures as the winds of change swirl across the nation. The third, lead the people, or leave the seat of power on July 17. Reverend Festus Logan, former Triple RC Executive Director, named Director for Protest, Organizing Committee, Director of Protest, Festus Logan, Deputy Director of Protest for Operations, Fred Weir, Secretary General, Toga Alexander Biede, Toga Alexander Biede, Global Advocacy Coordinator, Global Advocacy, the person that will connect with people in Liberia, out of Liberia. Global Advocacy Coordinator, Samuel Jacobs. National Mobilization Chairman, Wayne Barkley. Deputy National Mobilization Chairman, Stephen George Tote. Deputy National Mobilization Chairman for Students and Teachers Recruitment, Lorenzo Weir. Deputy Mobilization Chairman for Records, Paul Wheeler. Director of Diaspora Media, William Derry Braw. Then our man Emmanuel Braw. Our man is Emmanuel. The one is William, but they have the last name Braw, and it's spelled the same way, Broh. Director of Civil Society Organizations. Director of Civil Society Organizations, Alfred Salif. Director of Strategy and Planning, Alex Van Siebel. Director of Communications and Public Relations, Fode N. Masekwe. Director of Communications and Public Relations, Fode N. Masekwe. Director of Youth Mobilization, Nelson Rhoda. Director of Women Mobilization, Pilo Kofa. Director of Security and Discipline, Stephen Trawali. Director of Finance and Resource Mobilization, Ernest Clark. Director of Training, Civic Education, and Community Engagement, Bill Walker. And then several members of that committee. Then the mobilizations, operations, leadership structure. You have Grace Tuel, Tuol. She's the chairperson. Abraham Seeley, Secretary Josh Tile, Chair for Operations. Ledeni Kamara, Youth Mobilization Chairperson. Precious Colon, Women Mobilization. Jonathan Nandabi, student. And then you have the rest of the people. The team is so wow. Beatrice Williams, Mato Knight, Grace Gawe, Elfrida Saggio, Patience K. Kine, Faith Cisco, Estokpan, Patience G. Chie. I'm calling all the females so to tell you female, you women, female, you're getting involved. That's why I'm calling these these ladies, you see, they ain't saying, oh, the government, no, they're getting involved. These ladies, yeah, Beatrice Williams, Orita Cooper, Grace Gawe, Alfreda Sagio, Patience Kine, Faith Cisco, Esther Kwan, Patience G. Chie. All right, so it's July 17. July 17. It is provided for by the Constitution. The Constitution calls for that. Be a part of it and spread the message. Spread the message. Start recruiting from your end. It is Bouaka. They're not saying Bouaka come down. They're not saying we stone Bouaka convoy. Unity Party in opposition said it was stone Bouaka convoy. Unity Party in opposition said if George Weah people open fire, they will not know where gun come from. Meaning they will retaliate with guns. Those were treasonable statements that could land all the people who said that thing into 50, 75 years jail. But George Weah looked at it. He said, Liberia is Liberia. You're leaving. They're entitled to their expression. The presidency comes with reproach. People can say all manner of things and this and that. So you're leading. And now let Bouaka today. A leave Bouaka alone. Just saying Joseph Yima Bouaka, Unity Party people ready to send you to jail for 6 months. The atmosphere, you must bow to Bouaka, you must worship Bouaka. You see how the man can move with comfort? You see? When you see greedy men, you know. Greedy person always condemning their friend, but they get that same desire. The only man, he wants to look presidential, but he doesn't have that presidential personality. He passed his presidential self. That presidential personality, he passed it. He outlived it. So it can't happen. They tried to make him presidential. Yesterday, they were saying, George, we are convert long. President convert long. Most of the men that are in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, and these people, yeah, most of the people in the government, all of them shame. Why Ellen Johnson did not use, he using it. Why we are did not use, he's using it. You see the men with bikes all in front of him everywhere. Yeah. That's how you can know greedy person. That's how you know evil person. When you're there, your friend there, you start condemning, criticizing. They're able to look at Bouaka now and say, Bouaka come for long. But they know that it's too long. But yesterday, oh, look at the president convoy. President, we are convoy is too long. Taking the country money, just buying cars. Look at one bike, one of those bikes that is escorting Bouaka. 2 years, 2 years, 2 behind, one in front of him, one behind. Just Royal Prince. Even Royal Prince don't even move with all those things. But they can say he come for law. But we see it. We saying it. They were saying it at the time because they were in opposition. So they were right. They can't say it now. They can't criticize themselves. We saying it, we criticizing them because we outside. So let's go. That will be doing it. Let's take a few calls. But before then, let's read a few comments. And then we're done. Okay. William Bro, okay. He said, William Wizard Bro is my Nigerian brother who is based in Paris, France. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's good that your brother is involved. That's good. Dubon Hill said, I think William and Emmanuel Bro. Yeah. Dubon, he just made it clear. This is what we call clarification. And I think that Arab people keep away. Yeah, he said that's his Nigerian brother. And he's based in Paris, France. Yeah. Joseph, we are saying, you stop advertising Bouaka government. Let Bouaka do whatever he wants. When the time comes, Bouaka will know what take dog. Eh? What take do? Do from power. All right. Yeah. Precious Dakukai. I went to school for A. So I don't think I will get F like Bouaka government. She said her last name is Dakukai and Dekukai. All right. And Rising Sun TV said, Widow cannot cheat now. It's too late for him because of his reckless remarks. Anything besides opposition victory will be questioned by the people. Emmanuel Bro, if Councillor Jonathan Widow is confirmed as chairman of the National Elections Commission, then I foresee him being in a situation where he will find himself between the devil and the deep blue sea. Put pressure on the bell. The bell already got pressure on here, bro. But the bell really kind of today, people here say, yeah, I know. That easy. Yeah, you want to be chairman to get United Party election? You will know. Okay. So let's go to the lines. Take a few calls. Then we out 0772 23 99 33, 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 98 0375. And you are on Real Talk. Hello.
Mr. Andrew, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this Mr. Wanya, I'm calling for real community. You know, that's what they don't even President we are. See, President we are just President we are on man. They're fighting all day to win kids against the man. They can win the kids. And now President we are they can face it. They can face the President we are. And you know, Mr. Brother, you know, we want to compare it that way. And he's too small for that president. They're making power by war, but when they're making the power, what they may start doing is more than the people said our power before in Africa. You want to compare that with our foreign president, but you can't make it. It's too small for our foreign president. That Guinea manager hijacking somewhere around here. You know you want to talk. You just leave our office or land with the Guinea down there. All our people they make our fire across that water. They can get access to it. They try the people lie against that water. The program go check our job. So I don't know where the people are really carrying our country, but we're going to go. At least president we are come out of power again. That people to understand that president we are was on the problem of the country. You know, try to develop the country, but our mind I will get to war. We put everything in politics. I was sorry today. The people that are accusing doing president we are down all day.
All right,
fire 712, fire Maggie. Today now they carry the men of court. They can win cases against the men.
All right.
So the Labruan, they are she. Now they will be forced and follow the president. We are forced steps.
All right, Chief. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon to you, Sam.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Sam. This is Hussein. My name is Hussein Kew, and I call from the back of the National Council of Electoral. In addition to you, let me commend you always for the insight. But I'm a bit concerned, most interested in the provisions of the constitutions you read. I'm a son of government, so whenever you mention constitutional issues, I'm more interested. Like you read in Article 1 that
Did I read any constitutional provision?
So you cited 3 provisions. That is Article 1, power is inherent in the law. 15,
my man, go straight to the point, Chief.
But why when I call you don't want always for me to leave?
No, but my man, you want romanticize the line. Don't flirt with the line. Go straight to the issue. Sex the line.
Yeah, okay, so thank you. So in fact, let me use this time to say that I welcome protests, and I want to also openly and publicly declare my support for the protest. And whatever it takes that we can do in our weak way, we will do it because we are a government and the people of democracy. And this is why the president says Liberians will coexist.
You speaking as spokesperson for the government or individual citizen?
So I speak as a member, executive director of an organization, non-profitable organization, squatted in advocacy.
What is the name? What is the name of that organization?
We are coming. We are doing business.
What is the name of that organization?
Sam, when I don't want to give
You see, when I cut
now,
you off now, then you can get problem. What is the name? I didn't mention it. I didn't bring it out. I don't know. You mentioned it. You brought it out. So I'm asking you, what is the name?
So it's Conscious Matter Youth for Democracy and Peace.
So that a group that will support the protest?
So
so why your organization will give to the protest?
So it's same. Although I'm the president, but I am not the executive or director.
My man, your schema, man. My man, more than love by your schema. You get nothing.
So we support from the back, and we believe in democracy. Our organization will support from the back. And so whatever it says, they inform us, we will do what we can.
All right, Hussein. All right. Good. Have a nice day. Let's go. Hello.
Well done.
Oh, but man, you come back with that thing. It may interest you. You come out with that thing that though, so it doesn't hit your family. Oh, don't be saying that it's not good at all. No, don't wish evil for the next person. You might be affected. So don't be doing that. You go and say XYZ, it's not good at all. I should tell you, it's not good. You can't tell the future. Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. Mr. Andrews, Spencer Mohammed, and I call from down Coast Spoon Hill, went down community, and a member of Concerned Liberian for Justice. Mr. Andrews, thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, in my mind, this is a glaring example that Samuel Twe has indeed defeated the Boaka dynasty. What was expired today, or what was exhibited today at the asset recovery, in my mind, it tells me all that this government had nothing to do against Samuel Twe. You cannot publicize the invitation of Samuel Twe for nearly 2 weeks and still to prepare to host this man that you're talking about. Look, in my mind, the trauma on the bloody nose for the Supreme Court is getting the guys mentally and mentally deranged, and that's why they are fulminating all kind of shenanigans, thinking that they can intimidate Twe. But I tell them that Twe is strong and Kasola. The even that Kasola is strong, and every place castrated against the people will be defeated. Look, I believe strongly that Twe and all the judges we are government officials knew that this day was going to come. They knew that these guys were going to hunt them. So they took away all of their sensitive documents that they chose to defend themselves. Look, Joseph Nyima Boakai, go live with frustration. Twe is not your equal. Twe is a free man. Twe get you bloody news. Take the result. Live with it. It is my very first time for a deputy government to cry, baby, like an opposition crying in a case that they had to mean over to come and say, Twe infiltrated. What kind of mindset is this? How can a private individual infiltrate the government and tell the teacher or juror will have it home? Look, Joseph Boakai, take your defeat, go and live with it, and to the night, you and your gangster will go back to America. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for calling. Hello. Let's go.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Sir Andrew.
Nice to hear you, madam.
Yeah, my is we better pray that God should confuse that people. In the first place, we have to say God thank you. Because I hear the word that Joshua King said that he will finish it. Because the government that we're looking at, they waste nothing with gross, with this, that you win the election. What you can't leave. What it means not leaving at all. All day, joy we are Samuel Twe and CC. So they will say and they will say and they will lose all what they wanted to do because nothing they got to do for Liberia. So may God to confuse them. That our prayer, I especially my prayer is that God for confusion in their camp. If they go and so God will well. And so let's tell God, thank you, what He's doing for the Liberians. We are suffering, thanks. Let God be with us. Protect all man and will be there. Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Cut your radio off.
Yeah, I've done it, Dan. I'm Martina. You know why the people that couldn't show oil in that place? They thought 12 were going to go alone, but all a lawyer. So that they can keep him there 5 o'clock and put him in jail. They had to do the other people.
No, that's not police station. The Arab office, the people who investigating, they say you take money, you buy the property, the government property, they call them Arab. They're not a police station.
Okay, so what do you want? The judge, the man, they're coming from court. Then they go find another something to come and say, what is that? Why really they want? Only CDC, the people get. So we have become their project, and we have become the face of the United Party. What kind of human being in there? Less basic people, insufficient, incomplete. They get nothing to do. Huh? No one any part there, man, because you are of no use. He can't even sell a cup of coffee. What a woman want to send a man to represent her? Where? He president now, he cannot even bring anything to this country. So where Ellie will come? Is Ellie that stupid woman, a lame woman? Thank you, Sam. Let God be our helper.
Amen. Let's go this way. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Sam.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, when he is coming up, I know, calling from Bapulu. You know about Samatua Benede, what the people fighting on Sam? They don't want, they know that Samuel is the junior. When Samuel leave from here and go out of the country, maybe international community appointing a UN cycle, their whole government collapse. So that somebody thing they doing just to delay Samuel then not to leave from out of the country. Thank you.
Good. Have a nice day. Hello.
What's up? How you doing?
Fine.
Thank you. So I call from the H6. My name is Lawson. Augustine Sagashos Wisdom. So Mr. Thank you for all of your analysis. You know, people who claim to be as an intellectual, these are the ones who try to damage the image of their country. You accuse an individual that the president of Kenya, he stole a lot of money from the country, which of course that everyone we're gonna stand for the bad side of the opposition whatsoever. Okay, they got to cool quit. Let the government. That's why I told somebody on a state platform. I said the other thing that the government want to succeed to only to arrest Summit 12. That's the major priorities. That's why they try to prioritize best to arrest the individual. And you know one thing is that somebody told somebody on the platform say Summit 12 crying as why they were provoking. And all those things were also not surprised because we understand when you got people who is not intellectual, these are the ones who try to damage the image of the country. But you know one thing is that this government will not succeed because they try to damage the rule of law in our country. Because they tell somebody a PA, which of course have the recall lawyer that can stop this kind of law. All right, it should be there to consult every individual.
No, they did not. No, he was not told. He was not told to go alone. He went with his lawyer.
Okay, no problem. But you see, according to them, the law shouldn't be preaching. What I want to say. No, Sam, let me just thank you, yeah, the government. Absolutely. If I any which one they want to do everything with the past government, they will not succeed. For me, I don't want tradition, but we want to see reality of the country. Thank you.
All right. Have a nice day. So it was tense in the House of Representatives as usual, where they make a lot of noise. A day hardly passes by that they will conduct themselves in a manner representative of their status, yet they will condemn and criticize others as unruly, unethical. Tense, so much so that it became overheated between Representative Member Briggs Menza and Representative Musa Hassan Bility. Hello.
Hello, Sadu.
Hello.
This is about to, according to support this people. Sadu started putting my school laws about here from her. See, you need a new place.
Yeah, but you get phone.
Thank you.
You have phone now.
Yeah, I know I want to say young. The one that called talk through. I know about where I can listen to it. But for me to talk to you and talk to the other people, I think we're lost. I feel I'm really lost. Thank you for the program. That's what people here.
All right, Sabato.
I know when I say I know that I'm at the end.
All right, Sabato.
Yeah.
Thank
you for the program for you to end it.
All right. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
I'm Peter David Kasa, under the streetlight in Lower Johnsonville, an outstanding member of the Concerned Librarians for Justice. Mr. Sam Andrew, the evening, let me just extend my tender appreciation to you people and for providing a democratic space for every individual and a despite of their political and affiliation and also dissenting view. People have been very much regular, consistently providing that democratic space for everybody. So, I mean, shall we put this afternoon, and these are things that most of your friends are in the media, most especially the guy from the other political divide cannot do. When they call, as soon as they hear the name picture, they call you off. That's people are doing well for the Liberian society. That is great. And it clearly and it gives all the information, said like the father, the son. So the man that you put here support, that is his attribute. And the guy from the other side, the man that they support also, that is his attribute. You don't accept dissenting view. Or you put accept dissenting view from all angles. So thank you guys for that particular excellent job. And lastly, I think, and Clamating and guys, they are political escapees. These guys escape today. They are very sure that there's no evidence against Honorable Samuel Tue. The man has defeated them. And that defeat, just like Mabuaka and Konis in government, they are going to live with it, and forever. So nothing can escape it, and it will never be circumvented. Samuel Tue have been vindicated. Thank you very much. Thank you guys, and for the hard effort. Thank you.
Hello.
No, sir.
Yes.
This is Esmoka, and I'm the visually impaired at the pushing for the return of our President George Mano. We are a proud member of Concerned Librarian for Justice. And, let me say kudos to you guys, like my colleagues were saying. And the guys are uncomfortable, and we will keep making them uncomfortable. To the same, that protest is necessary, and we support it. We are going to be part of it. But this is why I would like to encourage us to do. Knowing fully well that this government is not a government that wants to allow people to exercise their democratic right under the Constitution. So when you are going to face such a group, you should be in the know that they will come, the whole country will vote, and if the country will vote, what should be done? Because you can't turn up for a protest and you want for it to gain momentum. The moment want to tear gas, they fire, everybody go home, they go sit down. So we should try to work on that, making sure that we make them busy. When you make them busy, it will reflect. So we are going to face a tyrannical and the wicked regime. We should go there to face them hands down, no retreat, no surrender until, because all the protests that stand have carried on an order of grouping in this country. The government has refused to receive petitions on their own organized protest. They will come out to receive petitions for that, and that is an affront to the citizen. And your citizens have a genuine claim. They come up, the government should come up to receive the petition, but continuously they have refused to receive our petition. So this one will tell us we should be there until they come out to receive our petition. And let me say also to Arthur Johnson, Councillor Arthur Johnson, and this is why the United Party don't like, because they don't want for that evil to come up. When you continually put it there in the media, when you continually making the public and the world to know that this is a wicked government, and this is the government that wish on the citizens, this is the government that comes down on political voices in the country, they become very uncomfortable. And Arthur Johnson is doing just that. Don't leave anything to sleep before you fire them. So we say kudos to him, and we are in prayer with our finance minister, our former finance minister, whatsoever they are putting on him, God will be ahead of him, and God will vindicate him. Thank you, my dear brother.
Right, Mr. Carr, have a nice day. Hello. Hello? You are? Oh, I mean, you called to play phone? Yeah. You know, the party people, you know what to joke. Things that you're going to do to your radio station, because you know your radio station can't accept your stupidity. So, let's go before we can go to Mema Bricks Menza. Hello?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Mandy calling from Mount Riverside right now, in Boston right now. You know what we plan to do now? Because of during the protest, we noticed that they will be shooting tear gas and what have you.
They can shoot tear gas. They can shoot tear gas.
If they use the tear gas, they will make a very sharp mistake because now I well trained from October to Samuel Doe time up to this time. So we know exactly what to do to subdue them. If anything of that sort is portrayed or is happening. So we are planning well. I've been from Riverside. Day before yesterday, the last night I came, I went back this morning, and I came back again. And then we are sensitizing our people. Next week I'll be traveling to Bomi and come out on my own expense. I'm not waiting for anybody to tell me what to do because I know exactly what the government is doing. It is not in my favor. It's not in the Labrador people's favor. It's not in my children's favor. It's not in my grandchildren's favor. So we have to stop that. More especially the battle of law and order. Can you imagine? Somebody vindicated, then you call them back and you send them to come for hearing, and they have to file a petition to the Supreme Court after the men have been adjudicated. Can you imagine? So we have people in this government, maybe it may not be all, but there are people who actually try to send us injustice in this country. And then we already organized ourselves, and we're going to make sure we are security experts, and we're going to make sure we'll be with the protest. And this time around, oh no, it will not fail, it will succeed. And the international community will see what is going on. What will be happening like this? God will be informed.
Thank you, sir. You don't be afraid. This time around, Unity Party police will do nothing funny. They will tear gas nobody. They will brandish their weapons, but they will do nothing. They know their president, the international community, the United States government has hammered into his head common sense. Common sense. They told him that all of what you're doing, you have a bad governance. Bad governance. They told him that Boakai, you have a bad governance. You are a tyrant. You are a dictator. You are a despot. That's what America told Joseph Yima Boakai when they said he failed in the rule of law. How you want America to explain it? You want America to use the words they are using? Dictator, tyrant, despot. That's what they mean. That's the same thing. They may not use those words, but it implies it means there is no freedom in your own country under you. Whatever you say is final. Your government is disorganized. You are the lone voice. You know different from Nebuchadnezzar because that's how Nebuchadnezzar was. That's why America told Boakai, say, you fail in the rule of law. America shut the mouths of those people in the legislature who call themselves representatives and senators to stand up for the people, they are standing up for the dialogues that honor your watch as senators and representatives, as legislators, as seers of the people, as watchers of the peoples, as watchers of the gates, instead of playing your role as gatekeeper, you feed on the crumbs of the king. That's what America told them. America may not be using the words I'm using, but look at it. When they tell you that you failed in the rule of law, they tell you everything in your government disorganized. The rule of law is sine qua non to development. The rule of law is sine qua non to development. Y'all go tell Boaga, he know that one. He got plenty of lawyers, then sign him. He got plenty of people, he know that one. He said he been governor for 500 years. He know that one. America say you fail. So let me go back on this. They can do nothing to inflict pain, to beat unarmed civilians, citizens that will gather to exercise their right. They can never tear gas anybody. The international community and America have taken good note and good record of the government. America is no respecter of the government. America can put billions of dollars before you every day. When you mess up, America looks in your face and tell you that you are a tyrant, you are a dictator. Ask Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. With all the money they were giving Ellen Johnson Sirleaf here, Ellen, what did they tell Ellen? They told her at the latter part of her reign, you go ask Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Say, Sam Andrew said it. She will tell you, yes, they said it. America's last situational report they released on Liberia, they said we will never give our money into any, we will not put our money in any rogue regime hand. They refer to her government as rogue regime because of what they saw. Widespread corruption, misrule here and there, and all those stuff. But that's the same America that was giving her the money, talking to countries here and there, setting the stage for her to go and make Liberia case, giving her convoy, providing her with Marines to guide her. Let Joseph Yuma sit there and think America likes Unity Party or likes him so much that he's doing well. Because the charge affair, Joseph Shadroni went to visit him. The same man, he went to visit Ellen. All the American ambassadors that came here, they went to visit Liberian president. When they turned their back, they said what they needed to have said or what they observed. They did it to Ellie. They did it to George Weah. So American ambassador go, you're tiny Unity Party people. You know, American ambassador go to visit Joe Walker. They think everything is well. And that they see American government say, hey, government is dysfunctional. And that they see American government say he failed in the rule of law. So, July 17, the people waiting. Let Gregory come and tell his people, let him unleash his predators on the people. You see, you're here from America and say, oh, the people said, oh, you know everything we tell you, yeah, we get la. Well, we can't sit down, we can't waste our time, energy into research. Yeah, and there, making telephone calls here and they're getting involved with the discussion. We can't. All those things we put into it. Then we can't make fun of ourselves. We stupid people. We see you as stupid people. No, we sacrifice to get the information. We spend money to get the information. We swore to the oath. We swore the oath of confidentiality. Just sit down. Let Boaga tell him man to unleash, or tell Gregory Coleman to unleash the predatory stuff on the people on July 17. When you hear America saying they will never ever give Liberia a dime called 500 million they're fighting for, they already failed. They both thinking they're looking for a way not to give you the money. America is so smart, they will not tell you, we're not giving you straight. They will come with all kinds of things there. And you see how they come in? You watch the next report, what they would say about that government, this government. You watch it. The key component, one of the key components of receiving that money, the rule of law. The ones that they pass in, those things are petty thing. America's smart. America, low. America, that smart teacher. You know the kind of teacher, they make you to feel that you're doing well. The passing on, then you're running around. Yeah, yeah, big brother. Yeah, we are pass. But the mean one, when he can hook you on, then that time you start scratching your head. Then you start imagining now they running around, you are running around. Say you pass. Boasting your friend, the hard thing looking. Look at the ones they say la draw pass, a petty thing, petty. The rule of law. Very key, fundamental. You fail in it. They put telling you, we won't give you our money. We see things you doing in our country, Boaka. We see that you ain't able the country. You're go lose. You unleash your people, your police people, on the people. You beat them. You put tear gas on them. You bring your mobile and osa. You will know. When they start telling you, and you used to tell America, say, America on Ben George, we are. Nobody, we will not tell. We will not preach any message for banning, for sanctioning on any one of your sin. We will not share in your sin. We will not share in anything of your. You will create your own sin. You will bear the wages of your own sin. What we're doing, we're discussing. We're analyzing what you people are creating. The opposition are agitating by protest. The opposition is not causing chaos. The opposition is not causing tension in the country. The opposition is not doing any one of those things that the Unity Party was doing in opposition. No. Everything that is unfolding, Unity Party itself creating it. We are only analyzing. That's what makes us responsible, intelligent, refined in opposition than Unity Party in opposition. And you can see why they have the power, they in power, yet they are vexed. I thought when you have victory, you rejoice, you feel comfortable, you relax. But the in power, they vex, they angry, they bitter, they are driven by grudge. We in opposition, we are relaxed, we're comfortable. We sleep sound. We work out sound. We eat good food. We wear good clothes. We have great conversations with great people. We move around. But they can't. July 17th. Yeah. I see you. But before we go, before we go, the man's legal value has quadrupled, meaning it has increased 4 times. The man is the standout lawyer in this country now. The man is the fearless lawyer in this country. The man everybody wants that he handles their kids. The man that knows the law to the death. When I say he's not afraid, he's fearless because he knows the law. The man, Augustine Fire, Unity Party Solicitor General, that baby to Arthur Josie. A baby. A baby. Arthur Johnson buried the man. The king. In man's skin. That man, no disrespect to him, but here Arthur Johnson now on the same level. Yeah, Arthur Johnson now on the same level. The man, Unity Party solicitor. The man, Arthur Johnson now on the same level. Arthur Johnson far above the man.
If there's anything different, you always see it. But I think there's nothing different would be from what I told you before. What I told you before is the real statement, is the statement of fact. Besides the claim he himself stood when he stood judgment. and said but it was under the national security. He, Arthur Johnson, said that he made the first interview. The interview was made right in front of the court there. That yeah, the people took the money, they used the money, but they used it for national security. And it was never used for national security. We maintain that money was never used for national security. They took the money, they stole the money in LA. They stole the money in LA. So that's not a national security issue. We know national security. We've been working with the government for long. If the money is used for national security, there are rules governing the usage of money for national security. One person can't go anywhere and take the money and say you use it for national security. What is national security? The money they use in their homes, national security money? No, it's not national security. They never use it for national security. There was election season. Election Commission have budget for national security. They have budget for security, covering the entire security, the immigration, the police, and all of those people are found there. That budget is captured.
All right. Here's the man's teacher. The man is illegal. Czar. Arthur Johnson.
Let me just make something very quick and clear. The last time the Solicitor General came here and told you people that the defendants in this case are confessed to the crime, that is a lie. It's not true. No one confessed to a crime. There is a difference between confession to criminality, and making a point. Confession to the crime means the man is admitting to the crimes in the indictment that he committed the offense. That is not the case. What happened in this case is that there is a statutory function, or there were statutory functions that were carried out by the former Minister of Finance. That is under section 14.2 of the Public Finance Law. The law says that the Minister of Finance has the authority, statutory authority, to authorize payments that have been recommended by any of the branches of government within the budget, or authorized within the budgetary laws of Liberia. And that is exactly what the Minister of Finance have done. And that payment was made to the appropriate administrative agency that was authorized at the level of the National Security Council by the President of Liberia at the time, His Excellency George Manawia. And so on the basis of this, no one should criminalize when they just Solicitor General comes out and says that was confession. That's not confession. Confession is all of the allegations that have been made. Yes, we agree, we the one committed. No, there was no crime here. There was a statutory function that was carried out, and it had been criminalized. So we want to make that clear. If the Solicitor General agreed with what he said the last time, that the defendants are confessed to the crime, then why are we selecting jurors? So that is to tell you that what the Justice Minister was intending to do at the time, we call it trial by TV and trial by Facebook.
Hey, Ato! Oh, yeah. My baby, my other just I want your phone fees for because it's fire. That's a man lawyer now. That's how I gossip fire United Party Solicitor General can sue his legal team. Try about TV and try about Facebook. And that's true. The man left the TV, the man left Facebook. Look at the number of interviews the man conducted. Every time the man will come outside the coast bomb, then the general run to him. And the kids here, we win the case. They put the money, they get to the hall, they eat it, they will win the case. I see why. Now, real try about TV and try about Facebook, Solicitor General. One people other just more bow. I see you, man. Hey, other just that bar man. Try on my TV and try on my Facebook. But I beg you, by leave United Party Solicitor General Small.
If the Solicitor General agreed with what he said the last time, that the defendants are confessed to the crime, then why are we selecting jurors? So that is to tell you that what the Justice Minister were intending to do at the time, we call it trial by TV and trial by Facebook.
That the courtroom there, that the judge of it, Facebook and TV. I see you, man. I see you. I see you, big Hey, man. Hey, man. I want to move away from the other Josie. Oh, God. Yeah. Other Josie, man. Yeah, other Josie, the man. That's my man. Oh, Joseph man, Joseph said when he come to Liberia as part of the vacation, he wants to see other Josie. Yeah, man. The man has on a picture out for me. I'll put it on tomorrow. See, man. A picture fine. I know boy guys and say, the Arthur Johnson boy. Yeah. I wish we had him on our side. Yeah, I saw Boaga has said that thing. The Arthur Johnson boy. I wish we had him on our side. And truly, listen, the United Party had Arthur Johnson on the side. Forget it. Forget it, finish. You finish. God say, look, God say, my son, don't go on United Party people's side. Stay in your law area. Stay, help these people that come to you. You see, go to leading Arthur Johnson on the right path. So, United Party Solicitor General, he office, he court, he prosecution, everything, a trial by TV, a trial by Facebook. That is very new. Trial by TV, a trial by Facebook. Okay. Let me force myself to lead it Arthur Johnson here. So, right now, let me inject it as quickly as I can. We're already into time. Right now, the women are not saying that women ought to be respected. People ought to respect womanhood. They're not saying that. When the men retaliate, then they jump up with the chorus. Respect woman. A woman who, in politics, there is nothing of respecting womanhood until the woman respects herself. In politics, it's a battle for supremacy. They had a tense, very, very tense. Where is that video? Very tense. They had very, very tense. I'm a man try to bring it. Very tense. Very, very tense atmosphere in the noisy, as usual, place called the House of Representatives. And there was this clash between Representatives Memon Briggs Mensa and Musa Bility over a simple issue. In her woman's nature, she started to show that outburst and showing a strong temper tantrum. And then she went further to refer to CMC part criminals, managing criminals. And I can tell you Musa Bility's response. Musa Bility is refined, intelligent. He wouldn't tread the path of Yeke. But what I'm saying, she needs to be careful. If it reaches a point, they will unleash on her, and then it might not go down well with her colleagues. They need to talk to her. But again, that flow is not baby. So if she rises up to the occasion to challenge, fine. But she should be waiting. Ready to accept the backlash. Well, that's it. That's all the time we've got, man. We have to go because we have to watch the trial by TV and trial by Facebook. That's all the time we've got. Thank you ever so much for being with us. Today is Thursday. So you want to join us tonight when the man of the night, the man of the hour, the teacher of the line, the light of the nation, the evangelist and Anthony at law, A.B. William, it's in with Face the Issues. You don't want to miss it, if God permits, at 8 o'clock. Thank you ever so much for being with us. This is how we go home. If back tomorrow, yes, tomorrow the 22nd. Tomorrow will be the 22nd of May. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. And this is how we go home. We bring on the man himself.
Job. Rastafari. It's a retention day.
What one must struggle me?
Afghan revolution people.
Afghan
revolution. You ready? CDC, you ready? Let's go. BBC come BBC build BBC ready. What to come here? Oh, yeah. We building a new home. The men them what the more them happy. We did it before, and we can do it again. The men them what the more them happy. We did it before, and we can do it again. We coming again. We coming again. We coming again.
We will do it again.
We coming again. We coming again. We coming again. CDC coming again.
Trying blueprints, breaking ground. A foundation strong, well to stand tall. Every break can be a piece of our hearts. A place we call our home. No matter where the road is on, the walls are rising. The rules are taking shape, getting a new home. We blow up from the sky, through laughter and tears, through the struggle we face. We're building strong, feeling through with joy and grace.
Latest news to your favorite tunes. We've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family, connect with your